Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, friends, welcome to the 50th birthday party of the Industrial Relations Society of Victoria. My name's Greg Bamber. I have the honour to be the current president of the Society, and it's a great privilege to welcome you here to this celebration. Before saying anything else, I wish to give appropriate acknowledgement to the original Indigenous peoples who were the first owners of the land on which we are sitting. And we have some very special guests with us today, including former Prime Minister Bob Hawke, of course, and Barry Cassidy, a TV presenter, and Heather Hewitt, also from the ABC television. And we are filming this for posterity and for the Industrial Relations Society of Victoria website, and no doubt it will go viral. So I'd like to acknowledge the very first president of the Industrial Relations Society of Victoria, who founded this society along with a few other good people, Professor Joe Isaac. I wonder if you might stand up, Joe. So, Emeritus Professor Joe Isaac was, I think at the time he founded this society, just moving from Melbourne University to Monash University, and was one of the earliest professors at Monash, and he's still very active at the university. Whenever I call round to see him, he's in his office, and much more likely to be in his office than most of the full-time salaried younger academics. Joe, we invited Joe to say a few words, but he asked me to give his very best wishes to you all on his behalf. He just reminded me that this society was notorious, as he put it, in years gone by, when he said it was known as the Industrial Relations Club, and that's where things got fixed. And Joe says he's a very proud member of the Industrial Relations Club, and it's wonderful to see so many other members here. And those of you who are not members, feel free. It's not often people say this at a lunch, but you're welcome to take the coffee mug with you. We encourage you to take the coffee mug, and that also has the website address on where you can download a membership form. If your membership has lapsed, or if you're not currently a member, please do download the membership form, or there'll be a few spare membership forms at the table, I'm sure. And I just mentioned a couple of VIPs. As far as I'm concerned, you're all VIPs, all the industrial relations community. And one of the wonderful things about this society, Joe, and the way you and your colleagues conceived it, is that it represents and brings together all the various stakeholders in the interesting and always fascinating field of industrial relations. It includes people from unions, from employers, from managers, third parties, mediators, conciliators, arbitrators, members of the legal profession, people from government, and even academics. And there are a few academics colleagues in the room. Who have I left out? And other interested persons. I think and anyone who wishes to come into the field, Joe. When you wrote the rules, you were very broad in the way you conceptualise the society, and that's one of its great benefits, that it gives people a chance to cross-fertilise in different ways across professional boundaries, and there's not many other organisations that give that opportunity. I didn't mention consultants. It also welcomes consultants into our field, and we are. The Industrial Relations of Society of Victoria is affiliated to the National Australian Labour and Employment Relations Association. We're very fortunate in having Brian Lacey with us, who's the national president of the ALERA, and you'll hear a word from Brian a little later. And ALERA in turn that's the Australian National Association, is affiliated to ILERA, which is the International Labour and Employment Relations Association. And as many of you would recall, that ILERA recently held its Asian Congress here in this fair city, and Brian and his team were the organisers of that excellent Congress. And it has other international congresses coming up. So one of the benefits of being in the society is it gives you access to events in other states, in our sister societies all across Australia, but also all around the world. So there is an international conference coming up in Bogota next year. And the following year there's going to be one in Cape Town. And so another benefit of being in the society is getting the newsletter and hearing about opportunities to go and discuss industrial relations issues in other parts of the world. If anyone's interested in getting involved with any of our subcommittees or on the committee, we're always looking for volunteers to get involved in the society. We have a range of activities throughout the year. Some of them take place at lunchtime, some at breakfast time, some in the evenings as dinners. We have a wine tasting group, a women in industrial relations group. There's all kinds of ways to participate in the society, and if the particular aspect that you're looking for currently isn't on the agenda, then feel free to help to start a new activity. I've been asked to say there's a cash bar just outside if anyone wants to have an extra drink at all for the table or subsequently. And I think that's about all I need to say at this point, other than enjoy the lunch. The main course will come out very soon, and then after the main course we're going to have some discussion between Barry Cassidy and Bob Hawke, and that'll also include an opportunity for you to raise questions. So think of questions, not too technical. Bob doesn't want to get into any technical legal details of the 1988 Act or the Fair Work Act or whatever. So I think broad general insights, and Bob is in a tremendous position to share some of his thinking with us. So enjoy. Thank you very much for coming along.
I want to first of all acknowledge Professor Joe Isaac.